my nose. I wear a night strip or a nose strip, or whatever, every night. So I got like this shit, and this looks this at this angle, my nose looks broken. It's really red. So this angle's a little bit better.
Nah, you're good, bro. You're good. Anyways, I hit the record button because I figured we were never gonna get through that if I didn't.
Oh fuck.
Hi, I'm Julian.
Hey everybody, I'm Kyle.
And this is our first episode of LAN parties when you're over 30. So I figured what better way to start than talk about our insecurities, right?
Yeah.
Too bad I didn't catch the foot part, man.
Without knowing that we were talking about it again. So that'll be a surprise when we watch this back.
It's all good, bro. I had to just rip the Band-Aid off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we should do more often.
Just cold entrance.
Yeah, just hotkey the record button to a random button on your keyboard, and then just like roll your hand over it in the middle of us talking, and if it starts recording,
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
Yeah. And then 20 minutes later, like, oh shit, been recording this whole time.
That's like the beginning of a Rogan episode, you know? Where like you just come in the middle of the fucking conversation, and it's like, oh damn, you can tell they've been talking for probably like 45 minutes prior to that.
That's how I assume all those are like, because I don't actually watch the full episodes. I watch clips on YouTube, and they're like 10 or 20-second clips, and so there's like, it'll just like go to something random, and Joe Rogan's just yelling about something for some reason.
Jamie, pull it up.
Yeah. Pull up a bear fighting the jack-o'-lantern, like, you know, whatever. He's obsessed with bears, maybe pumpkins, I don't know.
Yep. Anyways, this isn't a Rogan-centric vidcast. I figure I'd throw that out there.
This episode isn't, but
we're sponsored.
Dude, might be.
We're immediately sponsored by Rogan. We got it.
Yeah.
Alpha Brain. But yeah, I guess we'd be a weekly vidcast, just talking about a little bit of nostalgia here and there, and current stuff. But figured we'd start this first episode with talking about the death of physical media, because it's pretty prevalent right now. When I go to my Target, it looks like a fucking apocalypse, dude. There's probably like one game in there and it's Madden left,
Yeah, it's all the sports games that like, I always hear about how popular they are, but those are the only games I ever see on the shelf. So I was like, how popular are they? They're probably pretty popular. I don't want to play them, so.
Well, now you don't even have to freaking buy the physical disc anymore. You know what I mean? You can just play Madden on like the EA Play or whatever the hell it's called.
Right. There's so many like streaming services for the games and shit anymore and stuff, or even just like digital platforms. Steam's existed forever. I think I have like, I don't know. I think my Steam account's almost old enough to vote for how long I fucking had it. I'm not even kidding. Like, I had it for a really long time. So you got Steam, you got Game Pass, and Sony's got their thing and stuff. Nintendo's got whatever.
The Switch Online.
Yeah, they have like, play Star Fox, sorta.
Yeah.
Good luck playing GoldenEye, which I tried to play the other day. It's fucking impossible.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Dude, the controls just don't map well. So.
It was specific to that 64 controller, dude. Like if I was to go play GoldenEye, my hand would immediately curl up to the to the 64 controller. Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You held it.
Yeah, it was weird, dude. It was like you hold it like this, but with the trigger on the bottom.
But you know what? You didn't complain about how weird it was, because the only thing you had before that was just like a real basic controller.
Yeah, just like a fucking brick. Like, here you go, cool. Kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it makes me sad, Oh, we're getting older, obviously, and obviously it's the trend of the fucking industry and stuff like that. But it was cool. It took away that joy for like the future generations to go in the game store or whatever, go to like a Kmart or a Walmart and get dropped off. Like, hey, I'm gonna just leave you over here by electronics. You can play through these 50 fucking demos. And then I'll be back to get you in 45 minutes. And you're playing SmackDown. You're playing fucking Crash Bandicoot, Armored Core. You're playing freaking all sorts of shit. And then when you actually go to buy the game, there's so many physical copies of shit that you end up buying something you just never thought of, like you never even heard of.
Well, you and I also come from an era where you can go to Blockbuster and get a game for a weekend.
Yep.
Right, and that's the game you'd play, and you'd hopefully, when you had to return it, and if you're like my family, where like we went to Blockbuster like every Friday night and stuff like that. My parents would get a movie, I would get like a Super Nintendo or something.
Yep.
And you hope you got the same one because it's got the save file on there. But it's like, oh no, like, oh, Link is now Gary. Who the fuck, you know? Like okay, I'm Gary this weekend, I guess. So,
Yep.
you know, like shit like that. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, you know, and going to game stores and you know, like, I remember Toys R Us used to have like that big wall of all the games, but it wasn't. It was like pictures of the games, like the boxes of the games and stuff, and you just like pick one out, and then somebody would go like in the back and go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the mythical back, and I would grab your game for you, bring you up, and you go home. But the game would be like $100, so I guess nothing's changed.
The old security case there. When you go to pick it up and you're like, fuck yeah, for a split second you think I could just walk out with this, and then you find it's just a little cardboard cover.
Yeah, just a little
yeah.
split. Yeah.
It's like, if you want it, go up to the counter, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's even the same thing when you went to the video rental place and they give you little plastic cases and shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. But yeah, I mean, it just sucks. And like, I see the convenience of digital, like, you know, a couple weeks ago when I bought Tekken, and I was going back and forth with it, talking to you about it. I was like, man, my freaking physical copy's delayed, and then I'm not gonna freaking get it, and I want to play it. But I can just buy digital, and I ended up doing that. But I hate it. You know, I wish I would have just. I went to Target the next day and I seen the physical copy, and I was like, I should have just went and bought it, dude.
But there's always that risk that there isn't in the physical copy, right? Like with so fewer places actually selling physical games anymore. I mean, Target, Walmart. Best Buy. I don't know if Best Buy sells games anymore. I know they're like not most stores don't even carry like DVDs or CDs anymore and shit, you know. And so it's just like so few places to actually buy physical games, and makes you wonder like tinfoil hat. You know, Kyle here's like, is that by design?
Yeah.
Who's forcing this agenda of, you know, a digital future for us?
Yeah, right. Everything at your
Big video game.
The real Illuminati.
All the way to the top. Yeah, the Illuminati. Yeah.
Everything at your fingertips, man. You just put on your Apple Vision Pro and just bam, play anything you want ever. You know.
Yeah, that came out recently, right? That thing.
Yeah,
the Apple version?
Dude, it's all over the place, man. I see freaking all sorts of like little TikToks or like YouTube Shorts, which are essentially TikToks too. Like, I see both of those, and I'm like, or I see people wearing them, and they're like fucking driving, doing it. There's like a video of a guy on the subway.
Driving?
Yeah, there was a guy on a subway like playing it, which is ballsy, dude. That thing's like $2,500, $3,500 for one.
Yeah,
and I would not be wearing it in the subway, dude.
For as many videos I've seen of people getting like beat up or like jumped or attacked, just in general, you know, like on a subway, I'm not gonna wear it $2,500. It's $2,500.
Yeah, it's expensive, dude. Yeah, it's a rough one, man.
Yeah, that's
But like, that's the one thing, you know, with the tech, and I went back and forth. That's why I ended up buying the digital one. So I guess that's a plus of the digital stuff, is that, I mean, you can just download it whenever. You don't got to worry about fucking. You don't got to worry about there not being any like what we'd have to get when you go to buy freaking Final Fantasy VII and there's none left. And that's the only one that you want.
But at the age of 36, I have 3 copies of Final Fantasy VII. So, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying, right? Because you're always gonna run that risk if you're like waiting to get a physical game and stuff, and you know, if it just not being on the shelves because maybe it's super popular. I know some Nintendo games like Target, you know, I've heard that Nintendo specifically like has really weird allocations. Oh yeah, I forgot GameStop. Is anyone go to GameStop anymore? Oh.
That's the Funko Pop store, bro. What are you talking about?
That's right. Yeah, the hobby store now. But yeah, you know, like you always run the risk of just like not getting a game. Like Nintendo, they have like weird allocations, I've heard. So it's like maybe they get like 4 or 5 copies of like the new hot Mario game or something like that.
Yeah,
that's weird, you know. And so it's you don't know, right? And I mean, like me, I mean, really think about it, like physical games are kind of a waste, right? Because the convenience of digital. But I like having that. Like, I live in an area where my internet goes down all the time. It'll probably go off 3 or 4 times in the middle of this like recording and everything. But I have like you know this big collection over here off camera. You can kind of see a little bit here.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, right there. You know, but like I have like a collection of games and stuff, and I can play a majority of those games offline because they're like single player. you and I both made a mistake just recently picking up Helldivers. We're like, oh, all right, I
Yeah,
pre-ordered that. It came Friday. Oh, I'm so excited. And then on the box it really says not a single player game, which I knew, just like kind of like automatically knew that. But then seeing on the box, I'm like, I should have just got the digital version.
You basically just bought like a physical version of a digital license.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's exactly what you bought, dude.
That is spot on. Yeah.
And that's but that's what sucks about the digital stuff too. Think about all those people that own like the 3DS and stuff like that, where they shut down the marketplace. Like, yeah, you got freaking 10 years of games you just can't access anymore. I mean, like if you didn't just have them all downloaded.
Yeah, I mean, and then so I mean that brings up a really good point. You know, into like disk space and hard drive space and stuff like that. Like, I have a PS5, it has a terabyte hard drive or something like that. Is whatever the stock is and everything. But like 300 of that is taken up for the operating system and shit, and like other like dedicated files and stuff like that are necessary for the operating system and games to run. You know, like to work and stuff, for the thing to be able to turn it on and use it. And so it's like, okay, well, I guess I don't really have a terabyte. I only have like 700 so gigs or something. Okay, cool. Oh, Call of Duty is 9 fucking terabytes, you know? And so it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's gonna take up the rest of the damn, you know, the operating system. But so now I want to play some other games. I gotta like choose what game I want to install, and then maybe the internet goes down, I can't play that game no more.
Yeah, exactly. That's freaking. It's a pain in the fucking butt, man. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's a necessary evil. I went back and forth with Rebirth, you know, because I was like, should I just buy the digital? And then I could just play it the night before. But no, I bought the physical copy. I have to, man. I mean, but like a lot of that at this point is just nostalgia stuff. You know, it's going away. I think that's that plus what's in this drawer over here is like all of my physical copies and stuff. Well, I got a little bit up here, but that's more consoles and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that's a downside with that too. Is it's so much storage space. I mean, this is me downsizing over a couple times.
Dude, yeah. Like, I showed you my old like retro game collection and stuff I had right from like NES and Super Nintendo and like. So I ended up selling like 90% of that to some local game store that like I don't know, it was probably like last year sometime, and so like, but I had boxes. I had like 4 or 5 boxes full of just games. I just brought it and like, here you go. I sold them off, made some money and stuff. We're you know, wife and I are going to Hawaii, so I was like,
all the money you can get
some spending money, you know, like, and so, but yeah, you know, it's just like, you know, after I freed that up and stuff, I have so much space now. And everything. The fun for me of that aspect of like collecting games was actually finding the game and like at like a garage sale, which I never found. I found some swap meets and stuff, but like you know, pawn shops or you know, really good deals online or getting, you know, trading or something like that and getting those games and shit. And that's like a real that was the fun part of it. I never got around to playing most of those games. I kept like some games that I still play because I got like a really good like retro like setup and everything like that, like upscaling and everything, so I can actually play old console games. But I also have this guy right here, like the analog cockpit stuff, man. Like, I mean, I got like 300 games on here from like everything from Game Boy, NES, and Super Nintendo and shit. I just play that and stuff. And so, yeah, I think, you know, like having a curated collection is almost the way to go. Or what I've been doing with the PS5 recently, except my fuck up with. Are we cussing on this podcast?
Yeah, but I've already done it like a million times. So we're good.
Good. All right, cool. So yeah, my with Helldivers and stuff like that, I've mostly been buying single player games because those are games I like. I can still like install right off the disc, and I mean, granted, there's like day one updates because that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
here's the 99% you know finished game, but you have to download this one last bit of it. Too,
Oh, we forgot to put the ending in. Didn't they do that for Kingdom Hearts 3? I think the ending of it. Anyway. Yeah, it was. But they forgot
to add the plot into it.
That didn't make it past the quality testing.
Yeah.
No, but I'm pretty sure they did that with right before it released. Is they didn't have the ending on it, and you had to download that day one patch that added the ending. So that way, if it leaked, the ending didn't get out. I'd be curious to test that. I think I have a copy of it, like so I could play the 1.0. It'd be like
uninstall it, unplug the router, you know, and everything, and just play through the game without an ending and see what happens, see how far you get.
But man,
I
you
would
know
love
what?
to see
The plot made way more sense.
Probably. God, that game was. Anyways, but
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Not what this is about. But
I could go on and on about that. It'd be a separate episode, bro.
But I think getting single player games is probably like the way to go for still getting physical games. But how long of that do we have left?
Yeah.
Right? Like the games go into Game Pass, and then and like that, what was that leak, that Xbox leak or whatever, that kind of like
going third party. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm also indicating that they were gonna like even push for like digital like only, at some point and everything. I mean, we already have consoles that are like that. They're like digital only consoles. And it's just like, and with how many like how few like physical games like actually end up on shelves and stuff anymore, especially like indie titles. It's mostly seeing like big first party like licensed games or something like that, that are on shelves anymore anyways. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, all the good stuff, all the indies and all that are all just digital only titles,
Yeah,
nice.
Or they're just on Steam.
Yeah, or they're just on Steam. You can get anything on Steam, and almost anything, dude.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, you can get whatever you want on Steam. I like it though, like for my PC. It's funny because I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, I like have the sentimental part for like the games and stuff like that, the physical media and whatnot. But like, I don't think about that at all for my computer.
No.
But it's the same thing, right? But you.
Yeah, it serves the same purpose. I mean, playing a game.
If Steam shut down, we're in the same pickle, right? So then I started thinking like, why do I really care? You know what I mean? I guess just like holding this excitement, but like with my PC, I sure as fuck don't miss getting a big old cardboard freaking box, having to open it up, pop 3 discs in, hope that they're not scratched. You know what I mean? And
I love the big box PC games and stuff.
Like I remember getting Half-Life, the first one, in the
I had
big
that
old orange box.
One, like the weird like polygon looking one and stuff, the trapezoid box.
Yeah. But I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On my computer, I'm glad to just be able to go download whatever, right? Just go pick a random game and download it.
And you also have the ability of I have like I think like 8 terabytes on my PC and stuff, and most of that's games. Games I don't play, but I could at the click of a button if I wanted to. And so it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I guess like having a shelf with like physical games and stuff, like you and I and people kind of our age demographic and older and stuff are probably the last like generations or types of people anyways that would appreciate having like a physical collection of games. Just because people that are getting into games and stuff now at like younger ages are probably used to just having that available on their phone or available like to download to the PlayStation Store for wherever and stuff. So.
Yeah, I've had that conversation with my son, and it's kind of like that. It's like, I don't know, I just want the physical copy, and he's just like, why? And I'm
Why would
like,
you do that?
I just want it. You know what I mean? Just like having it, but like, I sure as hell appreciate the convenience you brought it up. Like with the phone, like if I'm out in freaking grocery shopping or something like that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and buy, like, let's say, like if I bought Tekken 8 again, it's all I ever think about is Tekken, bro. So, but like, if I want to go buy Tekken 8 and I was at the freaking store, I could just do it on my phone in about 2 seconds and then set my PlayStation to download, and by the time I get home playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a huge convenience with that. Same thing with Steam. I do it on my phone. Cool. You know? I just miss the nostalgia. And I mean, like, part of it is going to a game store, like EB Games, whatever, like any kind of toy store, electronic store, Circuit Cities, all that stuff. And like, playing with the physical media.
Put an F in chat. Put an F in the comment section for Circuit City.
This thing's gonna be F's anyways. But like, yeah, like going over there and just having this big mountain and like being excited and reading the freaking instruction manual on the way home and everything like that, like that stuff to like, just gonna miss that, man. It's nice. And like, but realistically, it's way more convenient with the digital stuff. And what sucks too is that, like, the atmosphere, like, you go to a game store, not like a GameStop or whatever, but like a little bomb and pop game store that somebody opened up, and you can see a couple people in there and have like a 45-minute conversation about like this type of game, or oh yeah, I love this game, you know, with like a complete stranger, and then like go up to the counter, maybe talk to them about it, especially if you go there a lot, you have that like little bit of a camaraderie, right? And then like, and then you pick up the game and you go home. So now if I can just buy it on my phone, there's no, I mean, you play online, whatever, with mics and all that stuff, but there's no like chance to really run into somebody that is playing, you know, plays a similar games or has a similar taste as you. You gotta like ask them on the street, bro. Are you a gamer?
Well, not everybody is, right? Like, what is a gamer anymore?
Yeah.
Just like something somebody does. It's just everybody, right? You know,
in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. I mean, there's really, I mean, like every Call of Duty has literally everybody plays Call of Duty at some point or has played one. You know, or there's like that Disney game that's like super popular,
Dreamlight
right?
Valley, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like everyone can get into that. You know, there's something for everybody and stuff. But like kind of what you were saying about like, you know, going to like a game store or something like that and kind of run into somebody. Like when I used to like be really heavily into collecting like retro games and stuff. Like I go to one out here just a couple miles from where I live. I don't know if it's there anymore because I don't collect anymore. So hopefully it's still there because that was a really cool store. But going in there was like a museum, right? And just and so you'd have like the people like the diehard collectors that are in there, and those guys are always fun to talk to because they're always talking about like, you know, like what they picked up, what they're picking up, what they're trading in, ask what you have, you know, like you get that conversation going and stuff, and you can really, you know, you cultivate that interest even a little bit more and stuff because you're actually talking to somebody about it. And then you get the random people that would just kind of come in like, hey, I'm looking for GoldenEye on Nintendo 64 because my mom found my 64 in the attic. Like, oh, that's cool. I got it, you know, like that's cool. Like, you know, and so like, I don't know, yeah, and those guys were fun to talk to too because it was, you know, you get to talk about kind of like that nostalgia and stuff. And I think probably what we're dancing around is that, right?
Nostalgia,
like, yeah, just like the nostalgia of going into the store as a kid, seeing the games on the shelf, going to Blockbuster as a kid, having like, you know, getting to hold the game and getting excited about it. The manuals. Once games stopped coming with manuals, it was like, I think everything is down.
That one hurt a little bit, bro. I kind of when I started opening cases, it was empty. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, man.
They always had like a little bit of lore or something in them, you know.
Dude, I went to the Portland Retro Gaming Convention a couple years back. A couple years back. 6 years ago. Anyways, but
you got the COVID blip, bro. I was talking to my wife about that the other day, and I said, you know, when you think of something and it's actually longer than you think, it's because there was that 2 years where you were just completely locked in, so it just seems like a little blip. But that was fucking 2 years, man.
That 2 years where it was like just like the longest weekend ever. Like, yeah.
It was almost like an Avengers Endgame.
Oh yeah, man.
You know, like when they all just come back and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's been 2 years." Like,
oh, shit.
Yeah.
But I bought like this giant stack of just loose like Super Nintendo game manuals and stuff. For like, I don't know, it wasn't too bad. But I want them because I spent like the rest of the way home like looking through them and stuff, and except for one. So it's like the drive home, looking through them, and just it was, I don't know, it's something. There's something whimsical about having like holding something, right? Like I still collect. I have like a tablet and you read books through Kindle and stuff like that, but I still prefer like the physical like books.
Yeah, me too.
There's something that doesn't beat that. Video games, I guess, like take it or leave it. You know, I think it's just and eventually they'll just be digital anyway. So.
Eventually, you're just gonna buy a controller from the store, bro. Whatever controller you like, and then you're just gonna turn it on like the Stadia, but actually, you know, good.
Stadia secretly won.
Yeah, I mean that's where it's going, right? When you take the Microsoft part, if they did go third party, right? That part's gone. So now you just have PlayStation and Nintendo. Nintendo's gonna probably keep making physical media. It's like their little niche thing, right? Each one's slightly different, so you got to keep buying the same old games. From the last generation because you can't play it.
Genius, really.
And then the the PlayStation. I mean, they're already dabbling with, digital stuff or they're streaming, right? You can stream on your freaking PC with just the PlayStation controller. So we're like one step away from it, really.
Yeah,
what streaming's better, more consistent, I think.
There's that, and there's also just I think in the U.S. it's hard not to get into the infrastructure, but it's the infrastructure. Yeah. Like other countries like in Europe and Asia and stuff, they have depending on where you're at, of course. But like, they have a much better like infrastructure set up for internet. Here it's like there's still people that have like dial-up and stuff. Like
Fuck, they can't even imagine, bro. Just hoping it's gonna connect.
And those people probably aren't playing Call of Duty or downloading like games and stuff like that.
Yeah, they are playing Call of Duty. You ever played on there and the freaking person goes, fuck it.
That's right. They're
still playing.
But yeah, so it's just like, but even like where I live, I'm technically in a rural area, but it's really not. It's like 5 miles away from like a giant town, like giant city and everything.
Yeah.
It's just where I'm at and stuff. And I have Comcast. I have gig internet, but the shit goes down all the time because Comcast is like, whoops, sorry, somebody sneezed on your backbone here, and everything's down for the whole county or something like that. And so it's like, but I get outages like once or twice a month, and when that happens, because we just use Netflix, we stream movies and shit. We can't do anything. Like the whole city, the whole town that I live in, like relies on Comcast. And so like when the Comcast goes down, you can't even go to like the like local like walk-in clinic here because they can't connect it. Like
dude.
No, I'm not even kidding. I went there one time when it did that, and there's like sorry, we can't get you in. We can't even check anybody in because we don't have internet. Like, how does that happen? Why is but that's where we're at still.
Yep.
So yeah,
I have AT&T fiber internet, the 1 gig, and I have not had one outage since I've had it, and I've had it for over 6 months. It's been phenomenal, bro. Before the old internet that we had, it would just periodically have outages for hours, right?
Yeah. Was it Cox? Is that what you guys used to have?
Spectrum.
Spectrum.
Yeah. And
Cox
it was like on and off, dude, or it would slow down, just at random times and all that. And like I never have any issues with the AT&T one. And we had those storms last weekend. We had that super high wind, and like some people I know lost power, but we didn't lose power. But internet stayed up and everything, right? No big deal.
I used to have the power would go out here all the time, but somehow the internet would stay up, and that would happen. I used to have like a UPS that would have like my router plugged in, so at least I'd have like internet for like 2 or 3 hours and stuff, like on my phone or laptop or something, which was great to work from home, so I could like still work, I guess. Yeah. Can't use it now. I can use the excuse like, power's out, sorry guys.
I was gonna come in today with the damn internet. I mean,
sorry, can't make that meeting right now. Internet's dead.
Or you just go in there and do the fake like that. What?
I mean, I may or may not have done that like on the phone with loved ones before because I just don't talk to anymore. So I'm not
cold, bro. Anyone that's related, listen up. That anytime he says he's losing you, he's not losing you. He's sitting on the couch.
I knew I wasn't going through a tunnel. I don't leave my house.
I'm going up into space right now. I might lose you.
Sorry.
Ooh, my bad.
Yeah, man.
So just to circle back, I'll ask you one question.
Okay.
Do you think it's good or bad? Like, I just short answer, because I know, like you said, we dance around it. We're like, oh yeah, man, this but the digital's great and blah blah. Do you think it's a bad thing?
Digital games?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think the short answer is no. I mean, the slightly longer answer is like depends on your perspective.
Yeah.
Like if you're somebody who like exclusively just buys physical games or has a really shitty internet connection or something like that, and it takes you 2 days to download the day one update, yeah, digital games kind of suck.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody who just like casually plays games or like only plays like 1 or 2 like ones ever, yeah, it's awesome because you could have like just like that, just a couple games in your shit.
Yep. All the time.
Yeah.
And when you're done, you don't have to take up any space with them because you just go re-download them.
Yeah, or just like not give a shit. I think it's good and bad. I don't like change. So.
Yep. We're old. That's why we did this, because we're over 30, and we hate all the changes now, bro.
That's right. Yeah.
Back in my day,
if I wanted to play games with my friends, I had to put my computer like under my arm and my keyboard in a backpack and walk up the hill.
And hope you didn't get robbed.
I bring my own Ethernet cable.
Back in our day when I had to pack my PlayStation in my backpack and walk across town.
I remember like when I moved back up here and stuff, and I was playing. I like bring my computer a couple times over to like a friend's house to play. Like we'd play World of Warcraft, right? But we'd be in the same room, so it was fun, right? And so we have like a bunch of computers set up or something. The first time I got like a computer, like a laptop that was capable of playing like a gaming laptop and stuff. I brought that over. I felt like I was cheating, and it's like the experience did not feel as good because I didn't come in with my giant CRT, you know, and you know, and my tower and everything like that. I just had a laptop. But the convenience of just having a laptop, I haven't gotten over, and I still appreciate it. So I guess it's kind of a similar.
Yeah. I will say that I think it's I'm indifferent. If I had to go yes or no, I would say no. It's not a bad thing, but I'm indifferent. Because the digital part, like I was saying earlier, was like they just shut the store down, you're fucked, right? But on the flip side of that, how many of your old games that you have do you actually go back and play?
Yeah, I mean
I was putting disc away. I was putting the Helldivers case away before I got on this call, and I was looking through all these games, and I was like, I don't remember the last time I played this game or even thought about this game, and I have zero interest in picking it up and playing it.
Yeah, I have.
But it's there and it's taking up space. Like
I have like 40 PlayStation 4 games right here, and I play 3 of them. Actually, no, I play 1 right now. It's that Dragon Ball Kakarot game.
Yep.
It's the only PlayStation 4 game I'm playing right now, and I have the PlayStation 5 version. I just need the disc.
You just need the digital license on the physical copy, yeah?
Yeah. That's it. I had to put that in there, and so I can upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version, and that's the reason why I have that game up there.
Yeah, but like if they're just there. I mean, how much nostalgia do I have anymore? I think I watched Alana Pierce's video the other day. She actually had a conversation about like physical media and stuff, and she said that basically now she just buys physical copies of games that she really likes, and the rest of the stuff she buys digital. So it may only be 1 or 2 physical copies a year, right? Yeah, which is like I thought about that, and I was like, that's a good idea because, like I said, I got Rebirth. I bought the physical copy of that. I got Remake, but I have all my 7 stuff like up on this side over here, right? So like those I really really enjoy. Tekken 8 I would have liked to buy, but like some other games that maybe I just want to try, Who cares if I just buy a license?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean like my whole thing is like I mostly only buy like single player games, like physical copies of single player games.
Yep. Those are the only ones that are like. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but those are like the only ones that like really come with the full game anymore. Just to circle back to the Helldivers thing, right?
Yeah.
You're missing one part.
Well, I mean, but I mean like, and one of the reasons I started doing that was mostly because when I was just PlayStation 4, I mainly only bought physical games. I really wasn't into like digital games too much. It wasn't like pushed as much. They were always there, but I was like, I didn't have a hard time finding physical games and stuff. But I was really slow. I didn't get to put my PlayStation 5 until like a year ago, right? So I was really slow to transition from PS4 to PS5, and so like I was still getting like PlayStation 4 games and stuff, but when it's just like when you get the inferior copy of that, whether it's like physical or digital or something like that, like I'd rather just have the physical version of that than like than get the digital version or something. I don't know. I guess this is easier. I can take that back. I can't return the fucking digital game, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, as soon as it's with Sony, as soon as you launch it, it's like no longer a refund, bro. Unless it is unless it is fucking broken, like Cyberpunk, just
right.
Just unplayable. That was like a rare exception. They put out refunds, but aside from that, it's like as soon as it pops up on your screen over here, like that's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's
man.
yours. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. I don't care if it launches. Yeah, that's a freaking mess, dude. But yeah, I don't know. It sucks, but it doesn't suck, and it's the future whether we like it or not. So.
It is what it is.
But you know what? These damn youngins are changing everything that we like.
I don't know, it's fucking kids. And what do they listen to now? What's something kids listen to?
Coco Melon.
Who?
Coco Melon?
Coco Melon? Is that a
Yeah.
drink or?
No, that's like a
Rap
like a
artist?
kid's YouTube channel.
Oh,
Like they just one of those where they
Oh,
just
okay,
like
yeah.
sing like the ABCs and shit like that. Yeah, that's what they're listening to nowadays. Is Coco Melon.
oh, okay, yeah. Fucking Zoomers and a Coco Melon. Is that a Zoomer thing? I don't know. I don't even know where generations are.
They're all over the place, bro. Sometimes I hear music from nowadays and I'm just like, I'll just go back to my Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, or my Thrice. I'll go back to the 2000s,
Yeah, man.
Remember when you'd go in the car and your parents would be listening to the oldie station and you're just like, what is this music? Now it's like we have Sirius XM in the cars. And it's like I go on there and I listen to the 2000 station, and the kids will like look at me like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, this is a good one. This is a jam. And I'm like, oh, it's full circle now, man. The fact that our music even has its own station like that, it may not be calling it classic rock, but it is, right? It's classic for us. It's like 20 years old.
Well, shit, man. One man's Mad Balls, the other man's Beach Boys. So, I mean, like... So.
I don't even know what the equivalent of that would be nowadays.
I don't know. We can bring that back. We can bring like a Beach Boys inspired band back.
Yeah, there we go. Just at the end of this, just start doing fucking
some doo-wop.
Yep.
I swear I've heard the Beach Boys, but I just don't know what they sound like off the top of my head.
Dude, I have a bad problem with music where I will listen to a band, and I've done this with every band like ever since I started listening to music. I'll listen to them up to a certain album, which I think is peak, and then I won't listen to anything after that. And then I'll just assume that they broke up. And then I go to find out. Yeah, I just assume that they broke up or that was it. There was just a flash in the pan. And then I go to find out, oh, they're still touring and they have like 7 more albums. And I'm like, what the hell?
Holy shit.
What's
I'm
like a case in point, like Census Fail, right? I stopped listening after Let It Enfold You. Like, that was it. I was like, that was a good album, And then they had that one song for Guitar Hero. I forgot what song it was. Yeah, they have a song for Guitar Hero. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, that song I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They would just like come back together to write,
Yeah, okay.
a song for Guitar Hero. Not that they were actually continuing music.
Yeah, I'm at that point now where like I don't even look for new bands like to listen to. Like I literally just listen to the same like 4 or 5 bands that I grew up listening to anymore. Mm-hmm. And I have some like younger friends that'll be like, hey, check this band out. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard of OTEP, like, like back, like they're not like a new band, not that they thought that they're new or anything like that. I'm like, fuck, these are, I find these like these old gems and shit like that. Or they'll like, or
Metallica.
They'll be like, yeah, I went and saw Converge back in October, and they played with like bands I had never heard of, just like weird shit and stuff like that. And I was just like, how does Converge even know who these people are? Like, these bands have existed for like a year or two or something like that. They're touring Converge is crazy and stuff like that. But everybody's like jamming and like having a good time. And then I realized I was like one of the oldest people on that show, aside from the members of Converge. And I was just like, this makes sense. This makes sense. So, all right, yeah. I just don't look for new music anymore. I'm that old, I guess.
Nope, we are. And I'm sure at one point we'll talk about that too.
Yeah. That is a conversation for a different day.
Damn it. Well, that was fun. I appreciate it. I thought it was pretty good for episode 1. I mean, we stayed relatively on track, so.
I mean, we do what we do.
Yeah. Man, we'll only continue to get better. So, with that, I'm Julian.
Oh, yeah, I'm Kyle.
Oh, yeah, hi. Oh, hey, nice to see you there.
Oh, didn't see you there.
Oh, you should do that every time at the beginning.
Just be like, I'm cooking or something, or I'm working.
Yep.
Okay.
Like the Full House intros.
Oh, dude, we need to find a way.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
Anyways, bye.
Yeah, see you.